What's up, guys? Your boy, 22K13. Gonna give you guys your wrestling news wrap up for August 24th, 2015. John Cena squashed Charlotte Diva title push. John Cena went to Vince McMahon and had a Charlotte Diva title push squash. A report at WrestleZone is stating. The report says several sources in WWE backed their exclusive story up. Apparently, the plan was for Charlotte to win the Diva title from Nikki Bella almost immediately upon joining WWE main roster. Charlotte, Sasha Banks, and Becky Lynch would have dominated WWE existing diva. However, John Cena went to Vince McMahon and had Charlotte push squash. He was acting on behalf of his girlfriend Nikki Bella, who is close to setting a record for the longest reigning diva champion. As a result, Charlotte has become just another diva on the roster. There hasn't been a domination, with both old and new divas getting wins in recent weeks. At this point, Sasha Banks is now the most overwhelming wrestler, following on from an absolutely stunning match with Bayley at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. Charlotte's momentum has passed somewhat, and it looks like Banks will be getting the main focus going forward. Banks vs. Bayley was arguably the best WWE match of 2015, and quite possibly the best WWE match since Cena vs. Punk in 2011. They were that good, with Banks in particular putting on a phenomenal showing. She lost her NXT title, but now looks prime for a Diva title win at some point in the next year. WWE 2K16 roster add 18 new wrestlers. There were more names announced today for the WWE 2K16 video game that launched in October. Here are the names that were announced by IGN.com. Diamond Dallas Page, Alicia Fox, Cesaro, Tyson Kidd, Cameron, Bishop, Bam Bam Bigelow, Dolph Ziggler, Finley, Layla, Kevin Nash, Lex Luger, The Miz, Naomi, Randy Orton, Sheamus, Darren Young, and Titus O'Neil. There aren't that many surprises in that grouping since a lot of them are current stars. Legends like Diamond Dallas Page, Bam Bam Bigelow, and Lex Luger are all welcome additions to the new game, and Finley has worked backstage in WWE for over a decade, so even though he's not currently on television, he's a long-time employee and his inclusion isn't too surprising. In addition to the name above, here's a list of everyone announced for the game so far. Adam Rose, Neville, Bo Dallas, Brie Bella, Brock Lesnar, Goldust, Heath Slater, Hideo Itami, Jack Swagger, Kevin Owens, Nikki Bella, Ric Flair, Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns, Stardust, Sting, Tyler Breeze, The Ultimate Warrior, Zack Ryder, Booker T, Clone of Mufasa, Emma, Eva Marie, General Anand, Kalisto, Kane, Lord Steven Regal, Sin Cara, Summer Rae, Tamina Snuka, Triple H, Steve Austin, Seth Rollins, Daniel Bryan, Dean Ambrose, Bad News Bear, Paige, Finn Balor, Alexa Bliss, The Rock, Andre the Giant. The villain duo of Simon Gotch and Aiden English are in the game as well, since they are in that video above. WWE 2K15 is currently scheduled for release on Xbox One, Xbox 360, PS4, and PS3 on October 27, 2015, in North America in October 30, 2015. Internationally. Did Paul Heyman come up with controversial SummerSlam finish? It could have been Paul Heyman who came up with SummerSlam controversial main event finish. Dave Meltzer has suggested on Wrestling Observer Radio, and I quote, "The second that thing happened, I thought it was a Paul Heyman," Meltzer said. He had came up with a lot of finishes based off MMA. Brian Alvarez added it was a UFC finish with a Steve Magalli referee. Magalli was a UFC referee who missed Brock Lesnar tapping repeatedly to Frank Mir at UFC 81. The often criticized ref did eventually see Brock tap, but the incident left Lesnar furious. The other MMA theme in Lesnar and Taker match was obvious. They did a lot of boxing and submission style with both men using MMA technique as finisher. Heyman was likely the one who suggested it, as it is pretty notorious that Vince McMahon and other WWE creators are completely ignorant of UFC. That would make it so funny when they are courting Ronda Rousey for a WrestleMania role. They haven't a clue about her sports. But Heyman does. He perhaps suggests the finish. In a nod to Lesnar's UFC days, however, it went down to the sound of groans. Yes, it was meant to be controversial, but it came off as confusion and cheap. It didn't help Taker much, but it did protect Lesnar's aura. WWE planning huge surprise for Raw. WrestleMania 32 main event. WWE are going to feature a huge surprise on tonight's Raw, and it could be WrestleMania 32 related. And I quote, something big is happening, probably WrestleMania related, Dave Meltzer comment on Wrestling Observer Radio as he and Brian Alvarez preview tonight's Raw. Alvarez then offered an alternative theory suggesting that UFC interim featherweight champion Conor McGregor could be appearing in a segment with Sheamus. However, Alvarez then quickly shot down his own theory. The two Irishmen had a war of words on Twitter early in 2015, but McGregor is very unlikely to appear on WWE television. He arguably UFC's biggest star behind Ronda Rousey, and it wouldn't make sense for him to risk his star power. So a Mania 32 announcement is the likely surprise. Likely it would be the announcement of Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker as WrestleMania main event. The two men had a dispute finish at SummerSlam, with Taker getting the win to even up Lesnar win from Mania 30. A rubber match at Mania 32 could complete the trilogy. The other thing that tonight's surprise would be Sheamus cashing in Money in the Bank. Seth Rollins is now WWE and US Champion after defeating John Cena in SummerSlam co-main event. It doesn't make sense for Rollins to hold both belts for very long. The Undertaker in collapse scared after WWE SummerSlam. The Undertaker collapsed just as he re-entered the Gorilla area following his SummerSlam victory over Brock Lesnar. It isn't clear if this was just Undertaker selling a beating or if it was a case of genuine exhaustion or injury. The fact it was literally at the second he was entering Gorilla. Some are speculating that it was a genuine collapse. It wouldn't be the first instance of Undertaker collapsing after a match with Lesnar, as he was rushed to hospital after WrestleMania 30 due to a collapse as soon as he got backstage. He had suffered a concussion in the Mania 30 loss and was in very bad shape. It was certainly a very physical match that both men endured at SummerSlam. They were swinging heavy hands, and many of which connect with real force. Whether it was ring, rush, or just stiff working, they were absolutely pounding each other. There was a deliberate MMA style to it, with various aspects of boxing and submission involved. It all built up to what was a very good wrestling match, only to be overshadowed by a very controversial finish. The Undertaker tapped to a Lesnar Kimura, leading the timekeeper to ring the bell. However, the referee hadn't seen the tap, so the match continued. During the confusion, Taker low blowed Lesnar. It was confusion and a little loss on the crowd, seeing such a reverse legend using heel tactics didn't add up. Lesnar was then caught in the Hellgate and passed out, handing the Undertaker victory. It is clear that there is a third match coming. Backstage speculation on third Undertaker vs. Lesnar match. Heyman involved in SummerSlam match booking, more on a possible Big Raw angle. As noted, there has been a lot of backstage buzz in WWE that tonight's Raw will feature some type of major angle. It was even rumored that Sting might return to WWE TV tonight, and last night we reported that he had indeed flown back to New York City following an appearance in Chicago. Brian Alvarez noted on the most recent edition of Wrestling Observer Radio that he also had heard rumors of a major angle taking place on Raw tonight, and it could potentially involve Sting. The angle might even set up one of the main events at WrestleMania 32. Following the controversial finish to last night's Undertaker vs. Lesnar WWE SummerSlam match, with many fans who attended the show live feeling left disappointed, there is speculation that a third match between The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar will happen. Report L4WOnline.com. In related news, there is talk that Paul Heyman might have been involved in the booking of last night's SummerSlam main event finish, as Heyman often liked to book MMA-style finish in wrestling matches. Big update on The Undertaker's status for WWE Raw tonight. The Undertaker was previously scheduled to be backstage at WWE Raw tonight in Brooklyn. However, PWInsider.com is reporting Undertaker flew back to his home in Texas from New York this morning, so he will not be at Raw tonight. No word on why plans have changed, but as noted, Paul Heyman is expected to appear on Raw tonight to address the finish of last night's SummerSlam main event. Despite being banged up following his match with Brock Lesnar, there reportedly has been no talk of Undertaker sustaining any serious injury last night. Backstage update on Undertaker post-SummerSlam condition, reaction to Stephen Amell at SummerSlam, talk of a possible singles match in WWE, and more. Despite fan footage of the Undertaker collapsing following his SummerSlam match, there has been no talk backstage in WWE of Undertaker suffering any injury during his bout against Brock Lesnar. With regard to after Stephen Amell appearing at WWE SummerSlam last night, Amell was reportedly blown away by the entire experience. Many WWE talent and employees were said to be very impressed with how hard Amell worked in his tag team match at the event, and they were equally impressed with his in-ring ability. With regard to Amell's future in WWE, there was backstage talk of him possibly having a singles match against Stardust, but as of now, that's more of something they feel they can do later, and not something being planned for the immediate future. Amell noted last week on social media that SummerSlam was likely a one-time deal for now due to his busy schedule. Reigns and Ambrose getting a title shot. WWE is teasing that new contenders such as Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose might be going after the WWE Tag Team titles, won last night by the New Day. Backstage news on what might be keeping Lana out of the ring. On the most recent edition of Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer noted that WWE diva Lana is actually a very talented wrestler, but an undisclosed medical reason is rumored to be preventing WWE from clearing her to wrestle actual matches and tape bumped. Rumors of a medical hindrance first surfaced back in 2014. But now that Lana is getting more physical with Summer Rae, the possible medical issue is being brought up again. Update on potential WWE roster cut and whom it will affect. WWE is still planning on bringing in a new set of prospects in September and another in January. However, they're going to need to free up some room, and that's why releases are expected. The releases are expected to affect mainly the NXT talent who are rumored to be on the chopping block, and that the releases are expected to take place over the course the next month, and to expect at least a dozen cuts by the end of the year. Developmental coaches were recently asked to submit reports on who they think should stay and who they think should go. No word on what those reports look like, but there'll be something WWE executives will go over as they make roster decisions for the fall then winter. Rumor matches for WWE Night of Champions pay-per-view, IC top plans, possible mixed tag team match, and more. Now that WWE SummerSlam is in the book, Dave Meltzer noted on the most recent edition of Wrestling Observer Radio that several match plans are already being discussed for WWE Night of Champions taking place next month. After his Intercontinental title retention at WWE SummerSlam last night, it looked like Ryback will be defending his title in a singles match against The Miz at Night of Champions. Another match likely for Night of Champions is a mixed tag team match featuring Dolph Ziggler and Lana versus Rusev and Summer Rae. As noted earlier today, an undisclosed medical condition could be preventing Lana from receiving clearance to compete in an actual match, but regardless of her in-ring status, the feud between Ziggler and Rusev does not appear to be over. Nikki Bella's Diva title will be defended as the Night of Champions pay-per-view, as well as the New Day newly won tag team titles. Tonight on Raw, we will obviously witness the fallout from last night's winner take-all match, but it remains to be seen how long Seth Rollins will hold both the WWE World and US title. Numerous intoxicated fans reportedly escorted out of WWE SummerSlam. According to PWInsider.com, There were over a dozen instances of overly intoxicated fans being escorted out of the Barclays Center at WWE SummerSlam last night due to bad behavior. And finally, Steve Austin's next WWE Network podcast with Edge and Christian. It was announced during SummerSlam that Steve Austin's Stone Cold podcast will return to WWE Network on Monday, September 7th, immediately following that night WWE Raw in Baltimore. Earlier this year, WWE issued a press release saying there would be Stone Cold podcast episode with the likes of Hulk Hogan, Sting, and The Undertaker. The Hogan one was supposed to happen a few weeks ago, but he was replaced by Page due to WWE distancing themselves from the hoster due to his racist comment. There's no word on when or if those podcasts with Sting and Undertaker may take place. Austin, Edge, and Christian are good friends that go back to the Attitude Era. It will be awesome to hear Edge and Christian talk about stuff from when they were wrestling as well as topics related to the current product. Austin and Edge retired before they turned 40 years old due to neck injury. Christian hasn't officially retired, although it's unlikely that he'll ever have another match in part because of his concussion problem. Perhaps he'll address that during their discussion. One of Austin's favorite stories to tell is how the "what" catchphrase started when he called Christian while he was driving. He ended up leaving a really long voicemail message where he described things he was driving by and said "what" after everything. A few weeks later, Austin started doing it on television. Here we are 14 years later, and fans still sharing it at WWE events. While Edge and Christian aren't the biggest name guests possible, they are best friends that are always entertaining, so it should be a lot of fun to see them sitting down with Stone Cold in a couple of weeks. Well, that is, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys on the next one. Peace.